It's been a minute since we had a baby killer. Meet Dagmar Overbye from Denmark. We will call her the Angel Maker, after a book by a Danish author, Karen Sondergaard Kolstad, that was written and inspired by her heinous crimes. Unlike so many serial killers, there is very little available about her still. She was born Dagmar Johanna Amalie Overbye in 1887. She was sent from her home at age 12 but returned home at 15. Things went wrong again though, and she would end up in a prison by age 22. She gave birth to a boy after that sentence, who died potentially under suspicious circumstances. She would have several more, some from a marriage and others as a housekeeper, reading between the lines, fathered by the master of the house, and one with a lighthouse keeper named Svensson. That child also died. At the age of 26, she was a persistent adopter of children of unmarried women. She would begin killing the children, strangling some, drowning some, and burning some in a masonry heater. She would not stop killing for 7 years, when she was arrested in 1920. One of the children that she killed was her own child, one of the children of the master of the house mentioned earlier. Those children that were not buried or cremated were hidden in a loft, where they were discovered later. The first child she killed was one she offered to adopt for money from an unmarried mother, Rasmin Jensen. The very day she received the child, she strangled it to death. One child, a boy, was saved this fate because Overbye was arrested and put in prison for theft when she adopted him. He was therefore given to a guardian to raise. It was only after the last single mother, Carolyn Augustin, returned within a day to collect her child that suspicions arose and police were alerted. The child's body was found in the tile stove. There was some evidence at trial that she took naphtha and ether during the murders. However, though an agitated woman and a pathological liar, she was found to be sane. It would be because of the pathological lying that it was impossible to ever establish a real motive for her crimes, though we suspect it was for profit. Though her lighthouse keeping spouse received money from Overbye, he was never arrested, and it is not clear how much, if anything, he knew about the adoptions and near immediate murders. Several things followed her arrest. Denmark changed its laws on child care, becoming some of the strictest child protection laws in the world. Perhaps too strict, as we'll see in a later video about a more modern case. After the Foster Children Act of 1923 passed, due to Overbye's case, all children born out of wedlock had to be supervised by the child protection system. Second, though she is said to have killed 25 children, she was convicted of only 9 murders. Her defense would attempt to lessen her guilt by explaining that she had only done these things because she herself was an abused baby. He argued that it was society's failure to protect such children that was flawed, and Overbye was merely the result. She was convicted, though, and sentenced to die. In the 20th century in Denmark, only 3 women had received the death penalty. All 3, including Overbye, were reprieved. The death penalty was abolished in Denmark in 1933, except for cases that were under military law. No death sentences were carried out on anyone, male or female, since 1892, with the exception of 1945 to 1950, when Denmark was executing Nazi collaborators. The other 2 women who were given the death penalty were collaborators who had been sentenced to death but pardoned. She would die relatively young, just 42, in prison. That's it for today. Until next Saturday, have a great week. If you're enjoying these videos and want more, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any videos. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.